and it's a view painted by the young J.M.W. Turner, and in fact it's his earliest oil painting that we know of, and the first oil painting that he ever exhibited, which he showed at the Royal Academy in 1793. It's painted when he was just 17 years old, and it's based on a drawing that is in his first ever sketchbook, which he used on a sketching tour of the West Country, and particularly the Avon Valley in 1791, when he was just 16 years old. We actually had this scan with IRR, and you can see that underneath there's very little in the way of any underdrawing. So he's not sketching it out beforehand. He's not sort of preparing it. He's just going straight in with the paint, and that's very bold for a start, and quite high risk in a way. So I think there are many things about this painting which just demonstrates to us that the level of ambition that this young artist is demonstrating. He's very much making a statement and stamping his colours to the mast. So one of the reasons that it sort of fell into obscurity over the last 200 years or so is because there was a mistake made in the early inventories and early catalogues of Turner's work, where it was described as being a watercolour. Now this is an error that is understandable when you think that at the time the picture was all the way down in Australasia, and so scholars and connoisseurs based here in Britain wouldn't have had access to it, wouldn't have seen it, wouldn't have really known much about it other than anecdotal evidence.
I think that the figure that we see, looking rather cross but very beautifully dressed, is an emblem of vanitas and particularly of superbia, of pride. Whether she's used herself as the specific model or not, we can't be sure because we actually don't know what she looked like. But I see in this painting a lot that's self-referential. She's referring to herself. She's engaging with us, despite the fact the figure's looking out of the picture frame. This is a picture that you're directly engaged with. And it's full of emblems of vanity, packed with emblems of vanity. I think that it is, in that respect, it is a self-portrait, but may not be a literal self-portrait. We associate the subject, first of all, with the slingshot that David fell Goliath with, but actually this is about the sword. It's quite a powerful, it's not literally violent, but it expresses violence because there's been violence. And Artemisia has signed her name on the sword to make the point, I think. And David is looking down on us. He's imposing. Even though, of course, we know he was a diminutive figure, he's actually a powerful figure in this painting, which was almost certainly painted in London. Both artists were sharing rooms, working together on a project in a church in Rome and sharing rooms near the Spanish Steps. So they probably were painted in the same room or in the same set of rooms. And that's fun. It's fun to be able to bring pictures like that together again. We don't always get the opportunity to do that, but when we can, we do.